It is Wednesday, September the 3rd. We're already into September. Fall is approaching, and we kind of feel it. The temperature out here, it's getting a little cooler at night. Less daylight, longer nights. You can see the plants totally respond to that, and it feels like fall, even though we get that sun. And September is one of the warmest months for us here in the Bay. Anyway, just wanted to show you that work that we had some folks come out here last weekend clearing this bed, and we got it planted of squash. So that work was really crucial. It allowed us to just come in, flip this, rake it, set it up, and boom, cabbages. So we got all those cabbages in. We have another 1.5 trays of cabbages that didn't make it in, and we'll leave those in the garden in case anyone's interested. Those are available. And so we're gonna continue moving right along. But before we do that, a couple housekeeping items to pay attention to is this right here. And I've been noticing, if you just look down every single bed, this is the main line. This is the main irrigation line right here. And under it is just weeds and weeds and weeds. And we gotta take care of that, because if we allow that to continue, then these weeds from here will drop their seeds to here in this bed that we've just cleared, and in a matter of couple rains, we're gonna have a weed problem. And that's gonna be the biggest issue that we have out here, is managing these weeds, because there's been generations and generations of plants that have just allowed to go to seed and drop their seeds all over the place. So that's really the big item that we need to work on, and especially in these perennial areas. So these are the tree collards. This is bed number 4. And we have this calendula here, which is actually a really good ally, a beneficial plant, but it is also a weed. As you can see, they make a ton of seeds. One flower, pull that off, and that's how many seeds you're gonna get. That many plants off of that one flower. Now imagine all these seeds spreading. They will become really weedy. And so while we love to have calendula as a weed, we don't love it that much. So I would recommend we come through here and pull out all this calendula. And if you want to save the seed while you do that, because the calendula is a really good plant. Other thing to highlight under here, we have a couple plants that we always, if we ever see it, we have to get rid of it, and this is one of them. It's an edible plant, but it's an invader. It's called fennel. And this fennel, when it goes to flower, will make thousands of seeds. And they're really tenacious if you allow them to continue to grow. So we gotta take that out. You can see here's the fennel, all the flowers, and the seeds. So we gotta get that out. Really important. The other plant, so you can see the fennel all right in here. The other plant we really want to highlight is this one. Again, a useful plant, but if we allow it to go to its own devices, it becomes a weed, and then it becomes a really big problem. An invasive weed is this mint. So let's pull this mint out at the same time. Anywhere you see the mint or the fennel, especially under the perennials. The reason it's an issue where the perennials are is because the perennials don't get cultivated, which means the soil's not getting turned. And so we're not pulling them out, and we just leave them, they're just gonna go to seed. So we got mint and fennel under the collards and under these nopales. But then we come to this bed, number 10, more perennial tree collards, and look at the front. We have this grass. Gotta get my head out of the way. This grass. Where is it? Right there. Incredibly problematic. It's called Bermuda grass. And this is a perennial grass that will take over the garden. And this is the #1 weed we have to get rid of. Have to. Exclamation point. Have to take that out. It's all up in here. So Obi's doing a great job lifting up these tree collards, so then we can weed and get under here. And you'll see the Bermuda grass is hell alive right here. Tons of it. Gotta take that out. So that's the big work. Okay, so we weed bed number 4 from the calendulas. We'll weed the nopales from the mint. any fennel, any of those. Bed number 10, we got to take out that Bermuda grass. Then you come to bed number 11 and you'll see we're clearing it. And one of the things to work on is keeping that clear so we can cultivate that and plant that next week. And then finally, bed number 14. Those are the big works coming up. Bed number 11 and 14 are gonna get flipped to plant. Pulling the Bermuda grass, pulling the fennel, pulling the mint, pulling the calendula. And then as always, you can throw your plants in the compost pile. However, if you have Bermuda grass, you cannot throw that in here. It will take root and it will live in our compost. And then when we go to spread that compost, it's gonna get spread into the farm. So that Bermuda grass, we actually have to throw it in the garbage. We don't have a good garbage system out here. As you can see, we have these little garbage cans. The dumpster is right back here by that white car. So if you can, bring it over there and dump it there. If not, just dump it on the asphalt and kill it. And if we let that sit out for a couple days and we kill it, it'll be done. Last thing I want to highlight right here, y'all, we have a little board. We're gonna put a list up here. It's gonna be live, ever evolving list of tasks to do. So you see, Obi got the first one. That's how important it is. A lot. We gotta move that Bermuda grass. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Take care, y'all. Much love. Please come pick some flowers, pick some herbs, pick some grapes. Peace.